Before we start this video, I want everybody to be aware of this tweet from 2017. Somebody asked Jaclyn, "Is your makeup line going to be cruelty-free or vegan?" And she replied in 2017 saying, "I would never create anything that involves animal cruelty." Let's get into the video. Hey guys, it's Spilly and welcome back to Spill Sesh. Today's video I feel like is a 911 emergency video because Jaclyn Hill and Morphe, one of them has been, or both of them have been lying to customers of the Jaclyn Hill original palette from 2017. You guys, this is the craziest thing ever. I've seen people talking about Jaclyn the past couple of days, but I really just haven't honed in on exactly what has been going on. I've been stockpiling a bunch of videos because I'm actually going out of town this week, but I'm finally getting around to watching Jen Love Review's video titled "Why I Need to Take Down My Jaclyn Hill X Morphe Reviews." Now, when I originally saw this video, I already kind of knew about some of the drama that was going on, but I did not expect all of this stuff and had to immediately make a video because this is so insane. And I cannot believe that, either Jaclyn Hill is letting this happen or Morphe is lying to her about this. So, as you guys know, Jen Love's even included this in her video that Jaclyn Hill has talked about before, that she has her own special formula that was created for her palette back in 2017. This is a formula that everybody loves, everybody knows is great quality, it's amazing, and Jen Love said that this was one of her most favorite palettes ever. She even included it in a video last year saying this was one of her must-have palettes. She is so in love with it and the quality and the way that the eyeshadow formulas are, everything about it she is in love with. She said that she had a family member buy the palette, the 2020 version, because Morphe has since revamped the way that the palette looks in terms of packaging, but she had no idea they were going to touch the formula too. And she has no idea whether or not Jaclyn Hill actually knows they touched the formula. So, like I said, Jaclyn Hill has said this is her formula, and people have asked if they could use Jaclyn's formula when they're collaborating with Morphe, and they said no, that's Jaclyn's and only Jaclyn can use it.
This is the same loved formula as the Jaclyn Hill original palette, and people ask me about that all the time because they're like, wait, what do you mean like it's a different formula? Because Morphe has their standard formulas and I created my own formula. There's actually been other people who've collaborated with Morphe who've asked if they can just use my formula, and they're like, sorry, that's Jaclyn's only. Like, I signed papers, it's my formula that I worked very hard on a couple of years back to develop.
Apparently, they're not even letting Jaclyn use it because this formula doesn't exist anymore. It's not in any other eyeshadow palettes available on the Morphe site, and Jen actually found out that the formula was changed because her family member bought this palette, said they didn't like it. She decided she was going to compare the palettes, and the new 2020 version of this palette does not compare to the 2017 palette whatsoever. She thought it could have been a fluke, so she went out to go buy another one, and the 2020 version that she bought and her family member bought are exactly the same. So she was very disappointed, and that is why she's taking down her reviews, because she doesn't want anybody to see her review and go out and buy it and it just not be what she was promoting. She originally reached out to Morphe and she emailed them saying, "Jaclyn Hill palette formula change. Hello, I have a question regarding the Jaclyn Hill palette. I do know that a second palette was just launched, but my question is about the first one. I purchased my palette at launch and very much enjoy it. I have recommended it to friends, family, and my YouTube videos. Recently, my sister-in-law brought her newly purchased Jaclyn Hill palette over to my house. She bought it in a store at Ulta in Maryland. Swatching side by side, some of the individual shades seem to have different tones and different consistencies. For example, the shade Jax in hers is smooth to touch, less pigmented, and more brown toned. Mine is a bit gritty, very pigmented, and more red toned. Has something changed with the formula since the original launch? Thanks so much for your help, Jen." Now, they responded to her and they said, "We're very sorry to hear that at this time. We have confirmed the palette sold at both online and Ulta is exactly the same. No updates on the pigmentation. We may think you have received a defective one. Are you able to provide us with a photo of swatches for us to forward these to relevant teams for further review?" So she did that. She swatched them and sent them over, and you guys can see the difference. She also followed up with the swatches saying, here are some photos for you guys. I'm wondering if there was a formula change from when it was first launched to what it is now. I haven't swatched all these shades side by side yet, but here are some comparisons. The swatch on the right is from the original. The one on the left is the palette purchased last week. Shade swatches are in Light Sissy, Pooter, Firework, Jax, and Pool Party. There are slight tone variations, but the most significant difference to me is in pigmentation, especially with Sissy and Jax. Firework also has a less intense shine. I was wondering if you can confirm that the new palette is authentic based on the batch code. Is it possible that this is a dupe palette returned to Ulta and sold as authentic? Now, Morphe actually responded to her, and she said that the person that responded to her seemed way more professional this time around. They said, "Hi Jennifer, thank you for your email. We appreciate the photos provided. We can confirm any Morphe products purchased at Ulta is authentic, as they are one of our authorized third-party retailers. The formula has not changed and should provide the same pigmentation. We recommend contacting Ulta for assistance in getting a replacement or store credit. Unfortunately, Morphe is only able to handle purchases made on Morphe.com or at a Morphe retail store." If you notice in the email, it says, "The formula has not changed." You guys, they lied. They lied, okay? Because as you can see from her swatches, the formula is obviously very different, and it's just ridiculous. She found the actual ingredients listing. She said it was very difficult to find, and she had to go through all these places to find them. So this is the 2017 ingredients list. You guys can see it was vegan, all this. And in the new version of the palette, the 2020 version, there have been 4 different formulas made of this palette, and that is so crazy to me. But carmine is added to the palette, and if you guys don't know what that is, a lot of makeup products have actually used it before, but it is made from bugs, crushing bugs, and that is not vegan or like cruelty free. So the Jaclyn Hill original palette from 2017 was vegan, and now the palette is not. So that is a big deal. If you are allergic to carmine or using this thinking this is a vegan palette because that is what it was originally advertised as, then that is a big problem. It's just ridiculous. They should be disclosing this type of information to the public. I have no idea why on earth they would even put this on the shelves. Like, it's crazy. Some comment on the video actually made the most sense to me and honestly freaked me out, because they said it feels like they kept the better formula until it had enough of a reputation for being amazing and then switched to a cheaper formula. I hope that's not the case, but my gosh, it's looking bad. And honestly, as much as I do not want this to be true, it does seem that way. It seems like Morphe created this amazing formula with Jaclyn Hill, and once all of the hype kind of pitter-pattered away and, you know, not as many people were getting it because the palette has been out since 2017, they decided they were going to switch it up, and all of a sudden it's cheap quality. Just because something isn't selling as much as it was when it first launched doesn't mean you change the entire formula and just not tell anyone. Like, that's scary and ridiculous. Like, that seems very illegal to me, and I can't believe that a company is allowed to do this. And now I'm a little bit more aware, and it seems like you just got to get stuff when it comes out, because who knows what they're going to do in the time when it passes by. Like, oh my gosh. So a lot of people were saying we shouldn't say that Jaclyn knew about this, all this stuff. But in the clip that Jen Loves put in her video, she said that she signed off on the formula. Like, that is her formula. So you would think that if there was a change up, she would have to sign something new.
I signed papers. It's my formula that I worked very hard on a couple of years back to develop.
I mean, regardless, it's her name on it. She needs to either step away from Morphe, or she just needs to come out and address this entirely. Like, Morphe is making her look bad by taking her vegan palette and cheapening it and making it non-vegan. That is crazy. She really needs to come out and address this. Stop working with Morphe. They are making her look like a complete joke right now. Morphe came out with this statement, though. They really did. They came out with this statement, and you guys, you better get your seatbelts on, because oh my gosh. They said on Twitter, "We have seen several concerns about our original Morphe x Jaclyn Hill palette formula modifications and ingredients changes and want to set the record straight. at Jaclyn Hill. We have seen several concerns about our original Morphe x Jaclyn Hill palette, formula modifications and ingredient changes, and want to set the record straight. We also want to be clear, these formula improvements are out of our collaborators' control. Jaclyn was not made aware of the specific ingredient adjustments to her palette and was told only that we worked to improve the performance and payoff. So you're meaning to tell me she didn't sign off on any changes that were being made to her palette? Doesn't seem right. I think that you sign off on everything that your name is on. That is just legal. That's legal right there. So if they are making changes without going through her and her name is on it, she could get her lawyers involved, because this is crazy. I mean, this just screams lawsuit. If someone is allergic to carmine and that is not a label on the actual packaging, that is problematic. First of all, if her formula was so loved and so adored by so many, why are they improving it? Questions. This is like such a red flag. Anyways, I'll continue. It says, while it is common in the beauty industry to make formula adjustments and improvements to keep up with industry standards, it is not customary to announce them. The ingredients in our products are always posted on our website. However, we hear customers request for more clarity and promise to work to increase transparency in any formula modifications for the benefit of our customers. Now, I have a big problem with this because, whatever, if you're going to change up the formula, I think that, when your formula is called vegan and then all of a sudden it's not vegan, that's a big deal, because a lot of people are only buying vegan products. That's a big deal. I'm sorry. You cannot hide that from customers. I think most of the time in the industry, when formula adjustments are made, it's very minor and not like vegan, not vegan. And we all know how big that is right now in this day and age. More people are aware of that kind of stuff and they want vegan products. And if suddenly something that they like is not vegan, I think they should be made aware of that. That is just false advertising in my mind. And they're saying that the ingredients are always listed on their website, when Jen Love's Review had a very hard time finding the actual ingredients listing. So next, they said, it has also come to our attention that a member of our customer service team shared incorrect information with Jen Love's Reviews. We are using this as an opportunity to confirm that we indeed made formula modifications to Jaclyn's original Morphe palette. We apologize to Jen Love's Reviews and our customers for this miscommunication and will work even harder to ensure our teams share accurate information. We value everyone's feedback and will continue to always improve your customer experience. Now, I think this is a cover-up. I think that they're saying there's no reason why they would have just admitted that they changed the formula to one person, There's just no way. They definitely wanted to shut her down and make sure that she didn't make a video and didn't cause any problems. And here we are, and they got exposed, and now they have to address it. So this is ridiculous. Were they ever even going to tell us that the formula was changed if she didn't make that video? That's what I really want to know. Because no, they wouldn't have told us that the product is no longer vegan and that the quality of the entire palette is cheap now. So it's ridiculous that they even decided to change this, and I really am sad. Apparently the new Jaclyn Hill formula, like the new palette that she just came out with, the Jaclyn Hill palette 2, the formula is not even like the first one. So I'm just confused on multiple levels as to what Morphe is telling Jaclyn, if Jaclyn is in on this. But Jaclyn Hill, the name, is lying to all of the customers. So I don't know what she's gonna have to do, but she definitely needs to address this. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think it's important for a company to say that a product that was vegan is no longer vegan? One, I just want to say, if you don't think that's important, what if somebody is allergic to that one ingredient? I think that should be really put out there, and they're not being as transparent. So anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.